Who are you becoming right now? Somebody who can pause and wait for a new perspective, okay? And with the hanged one, we're talking about putting yourself in a kind of an uncomfortable situation in order to see things from a different perspective. So you're becoming a person who, when they get put into an uncomfortable situation, can calmly shift your way out of that. All right. Welcome back, or welcome to Soul Whispers with Michelle. I am so happy to have you here with me. This is a soul-led message, which means if it doesn't resonate deep within, if you fight the story in any sort of way, please leave it behind for the soul that it's meant to find. This should resonate, like I said, deep within you, and if it doesn't, let it go. May love hold you. May truth guide you. And may you be released from whatever is not yours to carry. And so it is. All right, so we're going to kind of get into the story. If just knowing what this purpose or just knowing who you're becoming right now is enough for you, let that be enough and leave. If that's what feels right. If you kind of want to know a little bit more as it relates to the energy surrounding this, here we go. All right, so you're currently in the season of, and we have Ace of Wands. I think that there is a new motivation. There's a new goal. There's a new kind of direction that is coming into the season of your life. And it's kind of like, where do you want to put this motivation? Where do you want this spark? Okay. You're moving away from, I love this. We have the 5 of Jars. You're moving away from the grief. Okay. You're moving away from the losses. Okay. 5 of Jars here is a lot about focusing on what we do have. So if you can see here in this picture, there are like 3 jars here that are all broke and there's no honey in them. And then there's these 2 over here. And so for a season, this person was paying attention and feeling the loss and the grief of the things that she has lost. And the 5 is about changing that conflict, refocusing, right? And with the Ace of Wands coming out, it's like, yes, we need to kind of let our motivation, our energy go into a different direction. So you're leaving behind the loss or the grief of something. It's so crazy because the clouds must have just came over because it got real dark in here. Which is funny because we said we're leaving that behind. And then the darkness like came in like, what are you talking about, lady? Anyway, I think that's a good sign to know that the darkness and the light shifts. It's going to ebb and flow. So it's not that I think there's just an emphasis with that happening that you may find yourself back into the situation. It's not like you're completely away from grief. So it might come back in again. I don't want to get too far off on a tangent with that, but it seems like it keeps happening too. Like it is really shifting between light and dark in here. I feel like this is you're really shifting from this dark, heavy feeling to the lighter side. But I also feel like it's a little bit hard. It's like, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. And it's like, eventually I do think that this is you'll get there and you'll be able to stay there for a significant amount of time. So what are you moving towards? And we have the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is about, to me, it's about a liminal space. Okay, something has ended and something new is going to come in its place. So I do feel like you're more moving towards something new in the physical world. I don't know what that would be. But again, with that 10 being there, that something came to its end in the physical world. The physical world can be referring to anything. Your house, your finances, your physical body, whatever that may be. So this is in terms too of wherever this loss was. So it could be a loss of some sort of function within your body, a loss of finances. But whatever this is, there's an ending to this grief and a new beginning that is about to come in. With the tens, I always feel like the tens are the rebirth of that suit. So I also feel like it's this liminal space allowing that new thing to come. So like before that, we would say the Ace of Pentacles comes back around. We're at the Ten of Pentacles in this liminal space waiting for that new thing to enter our reality. This is where I feel you're moving toward, right? Is this liminal space after you let this thing go. Okay, the purpose of this current season is to learn or experience, and we have the Ten of Jars. So a lot of tens here where there's this, well, I guess we say a lot, but there's two, which is significant. So as we just talked about, there is an ending and a new beginning. And this feels like there's something more fulfilling that is going to come in. And I think this is the purpose of this, for you to experience that more fulfilling thing that's entering. But in order for you to feel that more fulfilling thing, you had to release this. So again, whatever that's in relation to when we first spoke, whatever physical, whatever that's the body, the finances, the job, the whatever, that's where you're going to start seeing a release of whatever you lost in that and something more fulfilling coming in its place. We've already talked about what you're being asked to embody and what you're becoming right now is because you're doing the uncomfortable thing. You're letting that grief go and you're deciding, I'm not going to stay in this grief, even though it's comfortable for me. I'm going to see what this grief is trying to teach me. Okay, so that was the beginning. I don't want to spend too much time on that just because we already talked about that right in the beginning of the message. But you can see now how it's flowing into the essence of the overall energy here. So if you move with this change, you will experience, I love this. I love that this came out for you. You're going to experience clarity. You're going to experience breakthroughs. And I feel like you're going to experience having new mental constructs come in that are more supportive of where you're headed. Or even more breakthroughs, actually, this is more resonant within this reading, actually, is that you're going to have more breakthroughs with this thing that we're talking about. I don't know what this physical thing is. It could be different for all of you in this particular collective, okay? But the overall energy is for you to discern where this energy is fitting into your life. And if it isn't, this isn't your message. All right, let's keep moving here. This totally makes sense. So if you don't move with this change, if you resist, this is the energy that you're going to experience. That's hard. That's pretty hard. Now, the threes are great. They teach us things. Experiment as you go type of thing, because now we're implementing the thing. Now with this, what you're going to experience is you're going to keep experiencing situations in which it feels painful, but it only feels painful because there's something that needs to change. There's some sort of mentality, because we're talking about the swords, which is communication, your mental constructs. Something needs to change, and until you change it, you're always going to come back to this experience. Okay, so there's something that needs to be released, but it feels like you're going to keep coming to a pain point if you don't make the changes necessary. Well, actually, it's this, right? It's not moving away from this grief. Instead of turning around and seeing what she has or what she can make with what she has left, she's instead going to mourn this without seeing the opportunities here. And this is what she'll experience. If she turns around and is like, oh, wait, okay, I have enough honey. What can I do with this honey? Let me do this, this, and this. There's going to be ideas. There's going to be a different direction to head to, but she's got to turn around. So if you turn around, that's what you experience. If you don't turn around, that's what you experience. The energy that you'll experience, the way that's felt, I don't know. I don't know the exact scenario, but it's what is going to be felt, right? Then we have, right now, it would be helpful to, we have 5 of Swords. Change with the mental constructs. The 5s are about changes. Typically, this is the sabotaging card. Like, this speaks to you sabotaging yourself, either because you are not acting in accordance with your beliefs, or your beliefs need to change to be in accordance with your actions. So one of those two things need to change in order for you not to self-sabotage. So it's important for you to be mindful of that, because that is what's going to help you right now, is to see where you are sabotaging, to see, okay, and when I mean sabotaging, it's like what I just talked about, which is it the belief that needs to change, or is it the action that needs to change? And it could be a change to both slightly. So really allow yourself to feel into what's right for you. It does feel like the self-sabotaging is to continually turn back into the pain, as opposed to allowing that pain to give you the breakthrough or the wisdom. It's like you add this sword, you get the 6 of Swords, which is a transition and harmony. And I feel like this is strongly what your energy is wanting you to move into, and what you're being asked to kind of embody. All right, the mindset that would support you through this. So this would be the actual action, which is to stop that self-sabotage. And it is about, like I already said, either the actions need to change, or the mental construct around your actions need to change. Meaning you have to change, you believe that this action is bad, change that you believe, if I don't do this, this is going to happen. If I do this, this is going to happen. Those things may need to change. Or you may find out, oh, I'm feeling dis-ease or incoherence within my being because I'm not believing this. So at some point it could be a reaffirming of your soul's whisper, and to just get in alignment with that. Okay, and then we have, so the mindset that will support you through this, we have the 2 of Wands, and it is about the aiming. So kind of what I was already speaking about, but the 2 of Wands is like the motivation came in, the idea, the goal came in, and now we have to plan. So how are we going to do this? When this happens, are we going to do this? And when we get to the 3, we've implemented it, and now we're experimenting with it. But right now, the mindset that seems to support you through this is where your focus is grows. And this is where your aim needs to be, is in where your focus is grows, so that you allow that area to expand. It's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's interesting. I have 11 cards here, and I was like, because this is a 10-card spread. So we got a bonus card for you. Okay, we'll see if I think of a name. So when you will experience, and we have the Fool, when you're on the right path. The Fool, just it's that leap of faith, right? This is a part where it feels very scary. So the Moon is like uncertain, but I'm going to keep going anyway, because I'm kind of already in it. I'm just not sure where this is going, but I trust it. This is like, you're not even in it. You don't know if you can even trust it. You're just like, I'm taking the leap. So when you start experiencing the ability, I feel like, to take that leap, even though it's very scary for you, or when you're starting to try something completely new, this is going to be when you know that you're on that right track, and you're opening yourself up to the next step in your soul's journey. Now, with this card, I don't have a position for it, but when I pulled this card right away, I was like, oh, because I know, well, thought this was a 10th card. And right away, I was like, oh, you'll know that you're on the right path when you are self-disciplined, when you are self-sovereign. And what I mean by disciplined, it's not like, well, I have to do this because I'm disciplined. It's this discipline within yourself of, no, this is who I am, and I'm not somebody who gets run by fear, or it's really sovereign within your soul. Okay. So I feel like it's almost like these are two competing energies, right? Because one is the very beginning, and which is the Fool, and the Emperor is like when you have more of a structure now. You started already. So I feel like you'll know the next phase after that leap of faith for you. So you will experience that leap of faith type of feeling where it's a little bit exhilarating, very nerve-wracking. And then I think things are going, the step after that is, I think, this here, which is that disciplined, if I was going on, because we're moving in a spiral, I would actually say this would start at the beginning, which would be the question of you're currently in the season, right? So you move from the season of this goal or this inspiration into the next season of life, which is you being the Emperor, which that's pretty huge. It's pretty big energy to go from this to this. But that's awesome because this also says now you have your soul energetic blueprint in place. You're staying very disciplined to your soul's energetic blueprint, so to speak. And that's just the season that you're going to move into next. But I see before you do that, like I've already said, something here has to get released. And you really have to become and embody the person who can slow down and see things from a different perspective. And remembering, as uncomfortable as that may be, it's necessary in the evolution of your soul's journey. That's what I have for you today. If this whisper supported you and you would like to support me back, my Venmo and PayPal are located in the description. If you would like to support me in a free way, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel really help me expand my reach, and I really appreciate the support. Until the next whisper, my friends.